Welcome to Chad and Aaron's weekly devotional podcast, February 27th, 2023. Do you have a life motto?
Always be kind. This little phrase has been our family motto ever since we started raising kids. Whenever a misunderstanding or a little argument would pop up between the kids, we'd always try to remind ourselves about this theme and apply it in every situation. I was reminded personally of this little motto one day when I was driving home from bidding a job. I had stopped at a Taco Bell to grab some lunch, only to notice that my oil pressure gauge in my truck had just dropped. Now, my truck is not new at all, but it gets me from point A to point B. But it does burn quite a bit of oil in the process. I had quickly popped the hood and grabbed my oil can, and as I was trying to fill it, I don't think I had a little funnel, and I ended up pouring some of the oil out on the engine, which causes a lot of smoke on a hot engine. It was at this moment that a young man who I'll call Joe, probably 16 or 17, pulled up next to me in a truck, and he saw the smoke, and he asked if everything was okay and if he could help at all. He said he didn't know much about vehicles, but he would love to help out in any way he could, and I told him I was okay, and went on to explain about the oil spilling over, and I thanked him for asking. I was kind of taken back that he was just so interested in helping. It meant a lot, actually. And Joe had headed inside, and he had a delivery for, I don't know, somebody that was there. And I finished up closing up the hood of my truck, cleaning off my hands, and he came back out with a wad of paper napkins and told me to pop the hood real quick. He wanted to help and check the fluid levels and just to make sure everything was okay. And to be honest, I was rather surprised that he was that caring for a total stranger. You know, it's easy to ask someone if they need help, but to actually persist and meet a need is quite remarkable. After Joe had checked the fluids and we confirmed that everything looked good, I thanked him and Joe hopped in his truck and he left. But as I drove home, my thoughts turned to Joe and his simple act of kindness and his persistence in helping me. I was challenged. All too often, I am either too busy or honestly don't care enough to slow down my crazy schedule and reach out to always be kind to those I meet on a daily basis. Being kind can be so simple. It can be demonstrated in meeting a need that someone has or giving a simple word of encouragement to a person or even helping a family member with a job or chore. It can be that basic. Living out our little family motto will come out of obedience to Jesus' command to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's found in Mark 12:31. I want to grow in kindness and love towards others, and recognize the opportunities that are all around me to live out these truths. In this season of life, let's be on the lookout for ways we can all demonstrate God's love through simple acts of kindness.
We hope you were encouraged by this week's weekly devotional. To hear more or share what you've just heard, visit chadandaaron.com, where you can subscribe to our weekly devotional email and learn more. And be encouraged.